Sounds to move! Happy fucking anniversary, man! Yeah!
I think this album is largely a combination of the previous two albums, because it has the more modern sound of the Hours That Remain, and it has the vocal approach with two singers from 11 Dreams. But then I think we also have something new. I think we have taken the usual elements that we combine, the aggression and the melodies, the poppy melodies, both elements even further. So we have some really soft elements, some really melodic choruses that are even, perhaps even softer, more like has a rock approach to them sometimes. And then we have some quite aggressive stuff, some fast stuff that we don't used to do. We have like faster drumming. So it's, in a way, it's all business as usual, because we have the same balance, but it's a new way of combining the elements, I'd say. And that's what we always try to do on every album, is combine these elements in a new way. I think that some of the songs like Embraced of Nothing and Isolation, they are songs that a wide audience could appreciate it if they heard it, but yeah, the question is if they will or not. So, but that'll be our mission, to push it out. And
I think this album has something new, showing a new side of Mercenary. In a wise, I think the band members have been more. I think actually we're more agreeing on this album about how it was going to be, and also on The Hours That Remain, the band has begun to take direction and really forming together the new sound of Mercenary, I think. He was very happy that he had a guy to do this part this time, because that's really not his strong side, as well as high pitch is not my strong side. So it's a very good thing that for him, I think, and he really had time to focus on the clean vocals this time. He didn't have the pressure on him to do the death vocals too. I mean, it was pretty rough on him the last time I heard. Yeah. I came in the band just when they were finishing up the recordings, so he was pretty tired at that point. Yeah.
It's just been working out so great in the past. It's a very natural way for us to make an album, to work with him, and I think it brings out the best we have from the material we have and from the best that each of us are individually able to do. He knows what we're capable of doing and pushes us, and it just really comes together. And I think his strength as a producer is he's able to give all the instruments a really big push, like make everything sound really good and great, but you can still discern everything. You can hear all the individual layers, and that's very important when we have, like, when we are 6 members and we have 2 singers,
and also he's not afraid of saying, oh. Pull yourself together. You can do better than that. He's really not afraid of speaking his opinion. And I think actually this time we didn't record all the vocals at Jacob Hansen this time. We actually recorded some of the vocals in Aalborg, or near to our hometown. So actually most of the members are actually from Aalborg. So it was just better. Mikkel had to work and I had to work, so it's like more convenient to record them there. And then of course Jacob Hansen did some work on the vocal sound afterwards. But it's not up to the producer if you make an album that stands out from all the others. It's more up to the band, and then if you know where you get the best production for Mercenary, and I think that will always be at Jacob Hansen's, because he knows the band better than anyone.
Well, it's actually an American guy who has spoken it for the purpose, but it's like inspired by an American serial killer.
the Iceman.
Yeah. But we adapted it to the song and made it fit in, and it's something that's quite cool because the whole idea behind the album, the Architects of Life titles, is being, you know, that some persons are really have a double identity. They have the outward appearance and they have a whole other inner world. And you know, serial killers and so on are like the embodiments of these that you know they're constructed. Yeah, he was a hitman. Yeah, but you know, a hitman or a serial killer is someone who has built a whole identity, a whole surface, but is and you know, very cynically and very efficient and paying a lot of attention to the detail you need to make such a huge line to be able to live with a family and have this this secret life. I mean, that's something you have to be very, very conscious about and very, very thorough. You have to work on it. Like an architect is almost a science, right? You have to do it so meticulously, and that's, you know, that's something that we felt made it really fit in to the idea, and it's something that's very cool. Yeah. And then the track is called Execution Style. So we felt it was really a fun thing to do in a morbid kind of way. Yeah, we have some working ideas, but we are not exactly, you know, working on a big 50 cents kind of budget for videos.
There's gonna be a lot of girls, man, and some swimming pools and limousines and shit. Yeah.
A whole lot of bling bling.
Exactly. Yes, it's gonna be somewhat gangster music video. Yeah.
Just us, a big swimming pool.
Yeah, and a big house in LA and limousines. Silicone bitches. So, but I think it's we have some ideas for the concept, but it's not gonna be a video with a storyline. You know? It's not gonna be a big story. I think we just have some general ideas about what the video is gonna contain. So.
It's, you know, it's one thing to be supporting a big band and there's 500 people and they are all in the bar waiting for the next band, and you know, it's something completely different if there's just 50 people or 100 people there to see you, and they actually there to see you, they pay to see you, not, you know, the main band. So that we're able to pull that off and make it everything work together. That's I think a big success and a necessary step.
I think it was actually a good learning process for the band too, because we actually just being able to actually do a tour where you're the main attraction is very. I think it was great to try, and as Jacob says, we had some shows where there was not that many people. It was maybe in a small town somewhere in Germany, but I think that we actually also had some great shows. So it was a good experience in all, I think. I have to admit that Jacob wrote me a message telling me that we had to support Megadeth in Copenhagen. I just jumped up and screamed, grabbed hold of my girlfriend. I was like, yes! Because I've always been a big fan of Megadeth, and I think for me, growing up in the 80s, it was like Megadeth, and there was Pantera and Metallica. Sorry, Dave.
You know, when I was a teenager, I was having my guitar in my small room and, you know, playing, going through all the tabs for the albums, Symphony to Extinction and, you know, Rust in Peace and everything. And it was really one of the most important bands for me for a very long period of time, like a decade. You know, big source of inspiration.
And also, it's just in general a big honor to be playing with these like legends in metal. It's like. It's a band that's just like always been there, because the average age in the band is like 28, so we all grew up listening to Megadeth.